Greetings, Skyfarers, and welcome to another episode of Sunless Skies. I'm Cobalt Thorium, and in this episode, we're going to head over to Magdalene's, try and deal with our terror. Well, first we're going to drop off these port reports that we've got. So port reports first, then Magdalene's, and then I think we're going to go down towards Lustrum and try to figure out what the Curator down there was protecting. At least I assume that's a Curator, I'm not actually sure. It's a bat thing. Bat monster. Should have at least two, right? I think. Maybe one. Ah, it's just one. No, it's back down to 50. These guys are up to 7? How'd that happen? You guys gotta step up your game, get some better ships. I have like literally no experience left. 17. I got a text message for an opinion poll right now from Massachusetts. I haven't lived there in over 2 years. It's annoying. Like, how are things in Massachusetts? Like, I don't know. I don't live there. Not bugging me. It couldn't have been too good because I left. Glad I left. One of the best decisions I ever made. Alright. Ooh, diamond. Nope, that's something that has to be mined. See if the owl finds anything else. Nothing? Nothing? Magdalene's, a place of peace, contemplation, and rest. Alright, keepsake market. Still no nightmares, this is good. Ooh, an unlicensed chart. How many of those do we have at this point? Where would an unlicensed chart be? So that's status. Journal, officers, inventory. In here? The Well of the Wolf is in Albion. Interesting. What is the... There's so many missions, I'm starting to get them confused. Alright, what is an okay, so we have 3 unlicensed charts. That's probably fine. For now. Let's while away the time with the other captains, I guess. It's only $50 and it reduces a ton of terror if I remember right. Come on, tell me. How much? Please? Oh my god. The programming in this game is so flawed. 29. Alright, yeah, we have a ton of salon stewed gossip. This time we've tried everything in here, so I'm just gonna pick one at random. And I think we're gonna try to take it down to 0. Right. Let's move on. Actually, is there any other reason to be here? I forget. Let's look at the Bazaar. And buy those. Thought there was something that had to happen here, but I don't recall what it was. It's the Vagabond, Lustrum. All right, let's take another peek here. Repentant Devil. We should probably talk to him again. Let's talk to him right now. It doesn't look like I can. Well, it looks like we have to bribe him with tea and honey. Can't get either here. Last time I did this, it didn't do anything really. Alright, so it seems like we can't really do anything with him. We need to get some chorister nectars. They need to get to Perdurance. 6 reach ports. Did we get a port report from here? I don't think we did. These assistings we don't need. Or Whirlbury Juxtamare. Ackless, which I have no idea where that is. No, I think that's it. For here, anyway. I think we should probably check on the brightness. 72, that's not great. We still have some time, though. Let's get out of here. Let's go see if we can find ourselves some, not strangers, what are they called? Guests. Sometimes there's a guest ship that hangs out around here. Disgruntlement of Cantankerite. I love that. That's just so funny. No such luck on the big beastie. No guests to be had. Couple nasty beasties, but not the ones we care about. Hi. I probably should have gone for the uncanny specimen. This might release the thing that we're looking for. Nope. Release something, but not a guest. Come on, one of those green things. Come on. Ah. Wrong way. Oh. Why? Why? Don't shoot me. Ow, 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 ow. We're supposed to be friends. We'll read the ledger. Never read that before. Let's just continue going on. Can't believe that guy shot the shit out of our ship. We're supposed to be buddies. I don't know what happened. Yeah, we don't have to hug too close to the side here. We'll make for all speed. Just hoping that our fuel and supplies hold out. Although we'll be very close to Lustrum. Although I don't know if they actually sell food, do they? Oh, it sells fuel and supplies. Good. Oh! Thought I was gonna skim by it, but I guess not. Maybe if I didn't turn, maybe if I didn't turn, I wouldn't have hit it. Alright, here we go. We're in... what do they call them? Whoa, what is that? Okay, there it is. I'm gonna steal your egg, buddy. Curators. Our egg now. So is this like some curator home place? Doesn't seem to be shooting. Did we just like luck out or something? Wow. Alright. Okay. Its wings are perforated and torn. This is a curator defeated. Its head lolls like a broken toy. It is still. You can search for treasures. The curator's wings have curled in death, swaddling its body. The lumps suggest concealed items. But you'll need to unfurl the wings to investigate. You and your crew member don their skysuits and head outside. Or you could take a trophy. You have vanquished a monster of the wilderness. You can take proof. Is this just going to give me generic treasures? We can always come back here. I was hoping it would actually give us one. Alright, like something in our inventory that was unique. Its vast jaw displays a row of yellowing fangs, sharp as chisels. Each is stubbornly rooted in the scarlet, glistening gum. And the beast's head itself is too large to display. You settle instead for a long-fingered claw. It can hang in the engine room as a reminder of your victory. At least, till the smell becomes intolerable. Alright, I wanna know what this thing is. It's like some curator nest or something? What is this? The Silent Saint. A vast sheet of ice has frozen over the ossified corpse of a vanquished beast. The surface is pockmarked with failed mining attempts. Collapsed shafts extend into the frigid tomb, and abandoned mining equipment litters the ice like discarded toys. Legends and rumors gather about the beast entombed below, a mystic horde yet unclaimed. You can command the crew to break the ice. A dozen hardy miners, armed with picks and pluck, as it was done in the Promise of Days. Or you could use explosives to breach the ice. There are a few problems that dynamite cannot solve. Or it could depart. Nothing wholesome abides here. Or we could breach the ice with our mining equipment. You know, our terror is very low and our crew is actually quite high. fire and thunder. The aim is simple, the logistics complex. You spend painful hours coordinating the exact sequence your engineers must take for success. There are grumbles. But all is forgiven when you light the fuse and the ice goes up. In a series of meticulously timed explosions, the air is choked with smoke and ice. When it clears, you see you've opened a wide crack in the ice. You've lost 1 carefully packed munitions. You total 1. The descent is precarious. Flakes of ice trickle down the sides of the shaft, disturbed by your movement through the passage. You climb down, chest pressed to the packed ice. Periodically, you send up a flare to remind your waiting crew you're still alive. And then, you can descend no further. You've reached the great gray shell of the silent saint. So we can recover Navarretine stones through a rift in the saint's shell. You can make out iridescent glitter of gemstone, or you could recover the scales to mend your hull. The only thing you could have slain. Wait, the only thing that could have slain the saint would swallow city's whole. These scales are durable. Okay. Or you could abandon your delve, return to the surface, you'll have to dig a new shaft. Let's try to get some stones, I guess. Only 1? What a jip. The diadem of a saint. You only have a hand axe to widen the gap between the massive plates that form the saint's exterior. Sweat trickles down your brow, freezing against your cheek. At last you've made enough of a gap to extract several stones. They are as heavy and round as fresh eggs. Bereft of the gems, the mottled underflesh of the saint begins to weep milky pus. It's time to be away. That sounds absolutely disgusting. Well, at least we found a place where we can get Navarretine stones. How many of those do we need? I think we needed 3. Is it worth going down there again? And our terror is awfully low. We can get 3. That would be great. Well, what is this? Look into the saint's eye. One is very close. The great lid closed, as though sewn shut. The eye was once one of many. This is called the Balancer's Eye. The eye was once one of many. Empty sockets gape along the shell. Empty sockets gape along the shell. Okay. Each the size of a well. You press your face to the filmy surface, the pupil the color of a peacock's tail. Inside, you see an image, a choir of many voices, a flower meant to grow large and perfect, debasing itself with stolen nectar. A horde of chorister bees approaches, maddened and entranced. A flower that seeks to become a hive. Amalgamy. The 7th letter. The saint begins its tearing work. You see no more. The eye is dull. It's time to be away. Okay. Well, that's interesting. The flower meant to grow large and perfect is probably Titania. Right? A flower that seeks to become a hive. I always kind of wondered if Titania was... if, like, the chorister bees were actually intelligent or something. I wonder if that's what, sort of what this is implying. But how could this have killed the saint? I'm assuming that this is the final thing that it sees. Unless Titania is, like, a weapon. In addition to, like, a town. I don't know. It's very strange. Should we try it? We probably shouldn't. Shit. Oh, 4 crew, jeez. Death in the ice. Oh, I can't believe the bar orders displays. That sucks. Your crew embark into the ice. Axes in gloved hands. Attempts at songs spark and die, as do the torches. The ice resists your blows, and a fierce, gnawing dark draws in. The temperature plummets. Someone mumbles the Lord's Prayer. The wind howls. The cold bites. You are forced to call a retreat. Not all of your crew return from their labors. So that's bad. Oh, do we not have enough crew anymore? Yeah, we don't. Let's get out of here. What? How did I lose crew? Or, hull, rather. Sucks. Into the sky. The wind howls. Your engine struggles to clear. The ice frozen to it. Debris scatters in your wake, rolling across the surface like dye cast across a board. There's a fierce crunch, and your engine is free. I want a better look at this thing. I can't tell what exactly it is. Curator's egg. The inconvenient aunt chuckles. How do I get these? What the hell's going on here? It's not gonna let me have them, is it? What? Oh. Not the Silent Saint, I want the eggs. Let me go. What? I want to take another look at this thing. Why is my terror not going up? I don't understand what I'm looking at here. Does it have a head? What am I looking at here? These look like they could be teeth, maybe. Is that an eye? Oh, is that the eye? And these are the teeth? Well, if that's the case, this thing is enormous. I do wish that these were spawned in a way that they could actually be collected. And that feels like a bug. Oh. Yeah, that feels like a bug where, like, two of them spawned too close together, but they didn't have any, like, collision detection for themselves when they were being procedurally generated. Something like that. Like, I'm sure that they check to make sure it's not clipping into sort of a wall or something. They should probably make sure it's not clipping into itself either. Making no viable passage. Don't hit. Okay. I can't believe how easy that Curator was. It just didn't attack us. Probably another bug, actually. Hi there. We'll fight her if she comes back. Okay. Experience is what we want. Took quite a bit of damage there. Alright, let's head over to Lustrum. We got a couple of things we can do there. And then I'll probably call it at the end of the episode. We'll restock, and I guess we'll probably make our way back towards... we'll probably make our way to New Winchester again, because we really need repairs. I'm not really sure where else we can get them. Maybe we can get them here in Lustrum. Let's see in a second. All right. We'll do all of our shopping first. Alright, the Vagabond's residence. You follow the Vagabond past Lustrum's outskirts, into the whirling whiteness beyond. Miles from civilization, you find a mansion half buried in snow, perched on a rocky outcrop. The Vagabond wades to the door and slams on the iron knocker. After some time, the door eases open. The doddery butler appears out, his face so downcast it looks half melted. "Welcome back, sir," says the tragic butler wearily. "A letter was delivered in your absence." Explore the mansion. The Vagabond has shrugged out of his coat and is heaping logs on the fire. You have a few moments to roam the place, or you could ask the Vagabond how he can afford such a place. 10 bedrooms, a kitchen that could staff a dozen cooks, a chandelier that drips with diamonds. Princes have lived less ostentatiously. Or you could ask about the butler's letter. He's been brandishing the envelope for more than half an hour now. We'll go in order. dilapidated luxury. The mansion is colossal, its walls built with bronzewood logs, its bathrooms gleaming with ivory, its walls decorated with gold-framed portraits of younger, better-groomed vagabond. But it's also obviously been years since it was properly maintained. Some of the windows are broken, and snow is heaped on the floor beneath. Black mold streaks the carpet. There's an overwhelming smell of damp. That's kind of gross. Continue your conversation with the vagabond in his Lustrum mansion. The vagabond's obligation. The vagabond sips his whiskey before the fireplace, telling rambling stories about the parties he threw in the mansion in better days. The tragic butler stands to one side, mournfully dignified. Alright, let's ask about the affordability. The vagabond's fortune. Ah, you should have seen it in its heyday. Vagabond rubs his hands before the fire. Warm, noisy, bustling with staff and guests. Our parties could be heard in New Winchester, isn't that right? Quite right, sir, says the tragic butler. I struck it lucky in the mountain, you see, says the vagabond. Found enough hours to make me rich. Rich enough to buy all this. And more besides. He claps you on the back. All the luxury in the world can't compare to the majesty of the open sky, though. Right, madame? You might be making an incorrect assumption about why I'm doing this. Maybe I'm out there to get rich. The vagabond's obligation. Continue your conversation with the vagabond in his Lustrum mansion. You'll ask about the butler's letter. He's been brandishing it for more than half an hour now. The sugar-spun garden. Just give me the gist of it, will you? Asks the vagabond, idly tossing snowballs at a portrait of a severe-looking woman in black. The butler clears his throat. The letter was delivered by a skylark who called himself Quivers, sir. In it, he claimed to have discovered the location of the sugar-spun garden. He was seeking your help. The vagabond pauses mid-throw. But that's a myth. A story to tell over campfires when nights are cold and hungry. He sounds uncertain for a moment, then shrugs. Young Quivers means well, but he must have been mistaken. Alright, I guess we'll spend the night at the Vagabond's mansion. There really isn't anything else we can do. I mean, I suppose we could always just bail, but the blizzard outside has worsened. Best you stay till the morning. The Vagabond's obligation. You stay up into the night. Your conversation is meandering. But the Vagabond repeatedly circles back to the mysterious letter. I'm worried for Quivers, he says. The other Skylarks haven't seen him in months. And he comes by my house babbling about a myth. The next morning, the butler says his plaintive goodbyes. As you crunch through the snow towards Lustrum, the Vagabond says he plans to track down Quivers. What kind of king would I be if I didn't protect my subjects? He asks. Besides, I once believed in the sugar-spun garden myself. I must admit I'm curious. Okay. We'll talk to the Vagabond about the missing Scarlet Quivers. We have a bunch of new sky stories. Nice, nice. We want to write our port report before I forget. Okay. I think we want to go to Murgatroyd's Golden Tea Shop. I think we only had one left that we had to do. Belgian Blend, I think. A tea for a true connoisseur. Tastes of dust swept from the darkest corner of the sepulchre. It is best served with a drop of milk, ideally on the very edge of turning. Disgusting. You sip gently. Between sips, a bite of sugared biscuit. Take away the edge. Your terror has fallen, and we have sampled the indulgence blend. I don't think that there's any other purpose to speak to. No, we don't want to trade uncanny specimens for savage secrets. That is a bad deal. Go the other way. Yeah, we've read that before. Alright, there's a celebration. Nuke a little bit more terror. That leaves really nothing. I suppose we could explore Lustrum. Probably turn me away, yeah. Okay, so we're turned away by them. Attempt to climb the mountain in search of the singing caves. We need more strength for this. We can always buy more supply. Alright, Windward Company's stake a claim where I'm not really interested in that. Murgatroyd's tea shop, we just did that. I could visit the Hanged Man, explore Lustrum. So we'll do these two, and then I might even give this a try, but we'll just quickly do this. Explore Lustrum. 16. I don't think that changed. Buy a round of drink for the miners. Approach the figure in the corner. Speak with a weary prospector. See if the figure in the corner has anything interesting to say. How much does this guy charge? Only one? Whoa, that's a good deal. Okay. Exchange hours for an otherworldly artifact. Because we've been coming across a lot of hours. So it's like, this is a fantastic deal. Mr. Penny's pushed a selection of trinkets across his table. A dried coaster bee's wing. A watchful curio. Nothing special. These little offerings have some promise, though. A trade is made. You provide a fragment of hours for sale. A few seconds at most. Penny snatches them up with a blackened and leathery appendage that reaches out of its shroud. Mr. Penny's shakes as it sniffs the little cigar box and the sprinkling of calcified time within. Yes, it whines. Will do. Will suffice. So I think that this character is also a, what do they call them? Curator, the ones that we were just fighting. Alright, hours for money. Return to the miners. I wonder if we buy a round of drinks, how much does that cost? 10? Probably worth it. Let's do that. See if it lowers our terror any. 16. Is that what it was before? See if they talk about that place that the guy found, the sugar spun, whatever. Those newcomers reckon they've got it made, digging in the mud. Don't realize those geodes are cold, do they? Hardens the muck. If you're not breaking your back, you're not doing it right. Serves them right for thinking that a claim just out of town is going to pay out. So it's 16 out. I think it went down. No. Let's talk about recent troubles. It's them windward bastards, isn't it? Don't mind them sending round their netties. Honest competition. Lads enjoy the distraction. But did you see the state of Parzival, lad? That Parzival lad? Miners huddle. That weren't windward. That's one of them hunters they talk of. Tearing folks up with their claws and teeth and eating them. Eating them whole. All you see is a black rush before your eyes and then snap. How would anyone know? Anyone seen that's dead. Alright, Murgatroyd, stake a claim, Windward Company. Yeah, let's give this a try. 35, it's pretty bad. I am curious as to what it's going to give us as a penalty. I can only imagine that the only thing it can give us is terror, right? It's not going to kill off our character, obviously. And it doesn't say here that crew are at risk. But attempt to climb the mountain and search for the singing caves. No paths lead up to the peak. But with a sturdy stick and a stubborn attitude, you may be able to forge one. Wow, I can't believe that worked. A long, challenging hike. The snow is deep, and much of the mountain demands scaling cliff sides and clambering across treacherous ledges. There's no way to tell how long the climb is. Eventually, you claw up onto a ledge near the peak and sit, exhausted. The air is too thin to keep going, even if you had any strength left. Well, how is that a success? Okay. As you close... wait. This is as close as you can get to the peak. The air is thin, but the view is majestic. From here, the reach stretches out before you in endless waves of purple and violet, occasionally broken by a flicker of gold deep within the clouds. Far below, Lustrum is little but a small yellow glow on the blanket of winter. We can explore the singing caves. The light breeze passing through causes a sound like soft whistle. The cave's music is considered to be a good omen by those in the town below. A brief serenade. Half an hour into your explorations, the wind picks up. The caves fill with the sound of distant fluttering. There's no tune to it, just a pleasant, natural melody, like the echo of birdsong. Just as quickly, though, it turns sharp. Less birdsong, more bird of prey to a ravenous cat. The atonal screech rocks the mountain, though by the time it leaves the caves, their unique acoustics have turned into something soft. My God. Your feet crunch against something. A shard of glass, red tinted. It's blood. Looking through one side, the world seems a burning inferno. From the other, all is well. Looking closer, part of a glyph remains on the shard. Extremely precise work, though its function is alien to you. Perhaps there's someone in Lustrum who would know more. Okay, so maybe it's not blood. Let's see if we can do this again. Nothing of interest. As you walk through the caves, your feet crunch on loose bits of stone and broken glass. Whichever route you take, it leads you through the mountain to the other side. Occasionally higher, occasionally lower. There seems to be no rhyme or reason to the maze of tunnels. One wrong turn too many brings you back to where you started. Without some form of guide, the chance of finding anything of interest seems remote. Alright, well, I guess that's that. Just try one more time, just in case. Nothing, okay. Well, the obvious place to go to is the Hanged Man. Not exactly sure what to do with this. Okay, so that was the Hanged Man. Let's go back there and talk to the miners and see if we can... Geodes. Listen to gossip about geodes. To hear the miners talk, you'd think the rocks were alive. One prospector tells of finding a geode in the shape of a lion, apparently a mark of great fortune. Another talks of chipping away in silence as not to startle the hours inside. Another mentions how cold the geodes are. As difficult as it is to work, a layer of thick ice underneath the snow is considered a sign of a good claim. They all agree that mining day must begin with a libation, a cup of moonshine poured to the mountain's good graces. If it rumbles, it is said the offering is accepted. If purple wisps appear over the claim, afterwards, the prospector is blessed indeed. Alright. I suppose that the weary prospector would be the next... I want to purchase a claim, though. That is adequate. So we can try Murgatroyd's next. Yeah, let's try Murgatroyd. She's like an inventor. Maybe she knows how to do something with this thing. Okay, here we go. Show Magdalene the ambiguous shard. She's the only one in town who might have an idea about it. A rare discovery. Is that what I think? Of course it is. Where'd you find it? On the mountain? Magdalene rushes to her workbench, rummaging for tools. You know about it? It's the antithesis of light and law. Light is law, you know, but why would there be pieces of... why would there be pieces of the science here? Maybe, yes. I'll need a few things. Nothing too difficult for you to find, I'm sure. Magdalene Murgatroyd is looking after the shard for you. Well, I don't want her to do that. I want to keep it for me. Bring Magdalene components. She waits eagerly for supplies. Gunpowder, stained fingers twitch at the possibilities. Alright, so we need glass, munitions, and bronze wood, which we do not have here. I think that's really all we can do here. We haven't gone to the claim fields, but there usually isn't anything here. And I would say that there still isn't. Okay. Well, let's restock our supplies. And other than that, I think that we're done here. Well, actually, we should talk to our... Let's talk to our vagabond. Ask about Vagabond's plan to track down Quivers. A skylark claimed to have found the mythical sugar-spun garden and came to seek Vagabond's help. How does the Vagabond hope to find him? A plan coalesces. I've been making inquiries. says the Amiable Vagabond Quivers was in a traveling Skylark band named the Blunt Instruments. They weren't very good, but they robbed the bars they performed at, so they made enough to get by. I'd thought the rest of them were killed at a shootout last year. He beams triumphantly. Except there's one other survivor. A concertina player who goes by the charming epithet Ratbite. She's currently imprisoned in London for some marvelous crimes. I propose we break her out and see if she's heard of her old partner in crime. Vagabond's obligation. Break out old partner in crime, Ratbite, from prison in London, so you can learn more about what he wants. Alright. Well, I guess that's it. Anyway, I can't see what else to do here in Lustrum. I think in the next episode we're probably going to have to make our way back up to New Winchester. Oh boy, that's not what I want to do. Chart. Make our way back up to New Winchester, see if we can actually identify what the hell this thing is. Like, a lot of these other horrors, they have names, right? Rayleigh Rock. We have the Addison Wick. No, that's not. It's the Grave of the Silent Saint. This one over here is called Taglar's Haunt. So it's kind of weird that we have one without a name. Like, here's the Regent's Grave, but this one here has no name. So unless this right here is the sun that we have to explore, then it's got to be this one. But anyway, I think that we'll head up to New Winchester, repair our ship, and then we'll probably go after this. I could probably hit this one up on the way up and see if we can get a name on it. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that our plans for next episode are appealing to you. But we're going to find this Old Tom's Well or whatever, I think, in the next episode. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.